It's you know what, and Wednesday that means. What's going on, guys? Welcome to your Holiday Bash AEW Dynamite Watch Along for December 28th, 2022, winding down the year. New Year's Day just right around the corner, guys. Hope you guys had an excellent Christmas holiday, and you've had an excellent holiday so far, depending on what you celebrate. And we are about to close out the year here in just a couple of days, but we have our final Dynamite of the year, and our final Dynamite that looks like this. Starting next week, they are going to unveil a new set design, which they have teased, and that is going to be really exciting to see how big of changes they are going to do. You guys think they're going to do a heel and babyface tunnel, or is that going to do, they're going to do away with that? They're going to keep the chandelier thing. What do you think? We're going to see next week. I am going to see it in person in 2 weeks' time because I scored tickets to the January 11th Forum show in LA, and I will be there. Scored second row, lower level tickets. I'm ready for that. That's going to be fun in 2 weeks. So if you're going to LA, you're going to go to that Dynamite, hit me up. Want to shout out our boy Devlin, who is in Denver tonight. Why are these two guys kissing on Big Bang Theory? Interesting. Our boy Devlin's in Denver tonight for Dynamite. He has already sent me a couple of pictures from the show. Looks good. Headlined by Samoa Joe and Wardlow. We also have Top Flight taking on Moxley and Claudio. We have, of course, I think it's match number 6 in Death Triangle and Elite that I'm expecting Elite to win and force a match number 7 on January 11th, I believe, right? Or is this the 5th one? Match 6. Yeah, match number 6. Looks like we got Ruby and Willow against Taimelo and Anna Jay, and Ethan Page and Bryan Danielson. So it looks like a pretty good show this evening. And yes, thank you very much, the Juliet. I did get engaged over the Christmas holiday. Asked Miss Elizabeth if she would marry me, and she said, oh yeah. So that is a done deal. That's what happened to me. It's been a crazy month. Totaled my car, got a new car, put my cat down, got engaged, had a Christmas. Been a lot of stuff happening to me lately. So I'm here, happy to be hanging out with you guys. And Big Bang is still on for me, so how do I get Dynamite on? Dynamite! All right, it's top of the hour. It should be starting. No information available. I don't think so. There we go. I just go back to TBS. There we go. We're pulled up now. Hold up a CM Punk sign, please. No, I don't know if I'm going to be holding up any signs. Here we go for New Year's Smash. Last week was Holiday Bash. Last week was our first Dynamite watch-along in over a month. A lot of stuff going on. So it took us a while to get back up here, but we're here now. We'll be here next week too, but the week after that, we will not, unless I stream from my phone, from my seat. Here come, oh, Danielson and Page is going to kick things off. I like it. All right, him and Ethan Page, right? This should be good. Thank you so much, guys. The new power couple. I tweeted out a video of Macho Man proposing to Elizabeth, thinking that most of you could do the math on that. Oh, that reminds me, I got Super Chats to answer. And I think some people thought I was just, posting the video. I was like, yeah, I guess you would have to know my girlfriend's name is Elizabeth to put that together. But most of you do. Look at Stokely. You raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch. He looks mad. Yeah, why is he wearing that AEW hat? It's so weird. You raggedy bitch. I just hope they don't beat raggedy bitch into the ground, because if this was WWE, he'd have to say it 6 times in every promo. They'd have a t-shirt, and within 2 weeks, raggedy bitch would be dead in the water. Hopefully, AEW lets shit just grow on its own. K-Dog's Kennel, good to see you, Kevin. Thank you so much, bro, for that $5. Congratulations on the engagement. Gave you a huge shout-out and a YouTube post. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate that, Kevin. Thanks for the kind words on your stream as well. By the way, K-Dog's Kennel has got a YouTube channel. Y'all should go over there and subscribe to him. You might not be able to get to his channel directly from his comment, but just highlight his name, search it in the search bar. You'll find his channel. Give him some love. Who's this girl he's with? Who's MJF with? I found the only hot chick in all of Colorado. Colorado's not that bad, is it? It's cold, but I do know that whenever they've ranked like the hottest cities, San Diego is always like 1 or 2. We're always right up there with like Miami and shit like that. But I know San Diego is one sexiest city more than once. And if you notice, they won all of those after I moved here. That's what it is. I mean, I don't like to brag or anything, but I mean, what other explanation would there be? Sometimes you forget how big and strong Ethan Page is. Especially when he's in there with Danielson. That's the hottest chick in Colorado. Oh, man. There's hot people in Colorado. I've been to Denver a bunch of times. I have family who has a cabin in Breckenridge. There's some ski bunnies up there. I ain't going to lie. They're there. Look at Hook. Hook in action tonight. I didn't know that. I did not know. Hook did not make the graphic. I guess Hook's not good enough for the graphic. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize how new you were, Kevin. But, yeah, it's fun making videos. You know, even if you're just starting out, just doing it, creating, putting something out there that's on there that you made or you did is fulfilling in a lot of ways, you know? Especially if you're doing it more for fun and that sort of thing, not relying on it or hoping that it's going to, you know, change your life or whatever. I would never be able to live off of my YouTube earnings, you know, but it's a great little side hustle, you know, and that's what's awesome about it. It's good to have a career to fall back on and do this for fun, do it as a hobby. I always wonder if like YouTube and streaming would have been around 20 years earlier, how into it I would have gotten. Because, I mean, I was doing wrestling hotlines, and, I mean, I was doing wrestling shit when I was younger. And I can totally see me up here acting like a jackass on YouTube when I was young. I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I came in when I was a little more mature. But, man, I couldn't imagine what 21-year-old Greg would be up here saying on this microphone right now. I shudder to think. Many of you would have been like, this guy's a goddamn idiot. We got the yes chance. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that $5. Glad we're here for you. Sorry, it's been a rough week. I'll be honest, I already thought you were engaged. Many people do. I hope we are invited. I haven't been to San Diego since 2003. Need an excuse to go back there. We are still a good year and a half away probably from getting married because we just want to wait until a couple of kids are a little bit older and because we've both been married before, and it's, you know, we want it to be special and wonderful and everything, but at the same time, you know, we already know that it's kind of understood that we're going to be together, so never really did make it official until Christmas, but we're going to wait about probably a year and a half or so. I don't think we'll wait as long as 2 years, but probably a year and a half, somewhere in there, and we'll probably do something relatively small, unless I decide to stream the whole damn thing on YouTube. Probably not. But it'll probably be a small-ish type wedding, family, friends, that type of thing. But if it turns out to be a big one, you guys are all coming. Oh, yeah, Bub emoji has arrived. Bub emoji has arrived. All right, Danielson's working over the leg now, or the foot, excuse me. Good old. Oh, he's got the left leg. Oh, Jesus, I hate this move. An Achilles stomp. I didn't have time to make a PNG version of Bub, so it's kind of like a square box, but I might be able to update the Bub emoji. It's hard to kind of see him, but that's one of his better pictures. Juliet, I don't know if Wardlow is retaining, or if Wardlow is regaining the title or not. I don't think we're going to get a clean win from Joe. I think it's possible that Joe just puts Wardlow over clean, but I also think there could be some shenanigans to where Samoa Joe is able to keep the title somehow with some outside interference or whatever hints they've been dropping lately on TV. I haven't been able to tell. I suppose Hobbs could still get involved in that match and do something, which is possible. So I wouldn't be surprised. Well, if I did a live stream, it would probably have to be for members only because I wouldn't trust the chat if I'm not looking at it for trolls and things like that. But I trust the family. That's for sure. And most of I trust 98% of the subscribers, but every now and then you get a couple of dickwads. What are they chanting? Oh, let's go Brian, I think. Oh, nice. I've never liked the missile drop kicks from the top rope. Stokely is on the apron. Owen did the same move all the time. The flat back bump from the top rope just seems like an unnecessary back bump. Maybe technically as a wrestler it's safer than landing on your side and risking fucking your shoulder up, but why is Stokely wearing a hat? Because he's embarrassed about being bald? Don't be embarrassed, Stokely. I'd rather be bald than a raggedy bitch. Wow, big torpedo. Not quite Darby style, but Brian style. Mike Witt, what's up, dude? Thank you for that. Happy New Year to you. Tito is doing very well, actually. He's sleeping right underneath my feet right now with his paw like over his face. He's hilarious. Seems to be unaffected, and one of my biggest fears was how he was going to react after Bub, and he's either oblivious. I think he's kind of oblivious. Or he's hiding his concern well. Like I just would assume he's looking for him. He's wondering where he is, but he doesn't seem to be. So that's actually good news. I'm glad that he's not traumatized because I know in dogs and stuff, if they lose another dog or a member of the family, they kind of get a little freaked out. So I was worried about the change to his environment and what that would do for him, but he's handling it. He's fine. Handling it better than I am. Oh, Ethan's got the hat on now. There's no way that fits you, bro. No way that fits you, bro. He's a company man representing. Happy New Year to you, Ram Vinero. Yeah, Owen's missile dropkick was good. It's just that one version of the missile where you take the flat back bump. I've always hated watching it executed. This feels like it does so much wear and tear on your back and neck. I mean, because when you're jumping from the top rope, I mean, that's about a 7 or 8 foot fall right on your back, just to deliver a kick to your opponent. I like regular drop kicks where you kind of come down on your side, but I guess that does run the risk of breaking an arm or a shoulder. Oh, Barry, I'm so glad there is a second sentence to that chat. One of your dogs ran away recently, and my other dog was crying until he came back. Well, hopefully that means he came back. It's always sad. I had a buddy that lost a dog, just went down to the beach and took his 2 dogs out for some time out, and one just got away, ran away, could not find him, drove around for hours and hours and hours and looking for him. All day, all night, and eventually just gave up, like the dog just is gone, and it just never knew what happened to him, and the dog either was picked up by somebody, kidnapped, died. He just doesn't know. He will never know, and he's hoping that somebody found him and gave him a good home, but he just doesn't know, and that's just got to be a heartbreak. The uncertainty of that would drive me crazy. All right, we are back. Look at MJF being pet by MJF. Talks about his relationship, his fiance, on social media. They do troll each other a little bit, but he's always taking pictures of her ass and whatever. She's a pretty good-looking girl, so I don't know why he's got this one with him. She looks like a combination of like a dark-haired Shotzi Blackheart and AJ Lee combination or something. Doesn't she? I bet, Barry. I'm glad. Well, I'm glad it was only hours and it wasn't like days and days and days. But yeah, that's sad. When you know a pet is worried or scared and you got to comfort them, but you can't. They don't understand words. Boo. Boo, yay. Yay, boo. I didn't really know who MJF was before the the AEW launching press conference, like before they even had their first show. I mean, Conrad was a part of that, and it was held like outside the Jacksonville Stadium, and there was like 11 people there. It was like really small, and everybody came up to the podium and spoke. And I swear that's where the name Full Gear came from, because Pac showed up in full gear. Everybody else was wearing regular clothes. He was like ready to wrestle, which looked funny. And that was the first time I ever saw MJF. He called Conrad turkey tits or something, and I was like, who is this Walmart Miz? And here I thought this dollar store Miz I actually like a lot better than the Miz himself. So we got Walmart Miz hanging out with Target Shotzi up there. As far as I know, MJF's been with his woman for quite a while, so I don't think him and Liv Morgan ever dated. It would have to have been a long time ago. But they're friends. I think there was a picture of them, the two of them, recently, and of course, wrestling fans automatically think a guy and a girl together automatically means they're fucking, because platonic relationships are a foreign concept to them. So maybe that rumor came from that, but I would hate to be a wrestler and just doing my thing and applying my craft, and then I just go, work out with a fellow employee who happens to be a women's wrestler, and I have to, well, if I post a picture, everybody's going to think that we're doing it, because that's the simplicity of the mind of a wrestling fan. Mia Yim got all sorts of shit from fans for that picture she took with Austin Theory. Like, how could you do that to your husband? I'm like, you fucking clueless motherfuckers. Leave her alone. Let her live her life. It's not her fault. Oh, nice cutter. Nice cutter. It's not her fault that fans have no concept of trust and real, actual human relationships, and, Like, I would never let my woman do that. I'm like, well, you wouldn't have a woman, so it wouldn't fucking matter. But without even meeting someone yet, you're already telling us that you distrust her. So what does that say about you? If Elizabeth took a picture like that at work with one of her coworkers that she's known for years and years, I would think literally nothing of it. I wouldn't be worried, concerned, because I know who she is, and I know she loves me, and I know she's coming home. And not into the slightest bit insecure about a relationship or anything like that. And I would imagine that Keith Lee and Mia Yim are the same. Nice DDT. Danielson coming back hard. Crazy to see Danielson with that long hair again. Got so long around WrestleMania, like 30. Who's coming? Anybody? Oh no, fans are just chanting yes. He's got his foot there. He got his foot there. Yeah, that's true. It's not exclusive to wrestling fans. I've just noticed it a lot. Like, I noticed it a lot on that Mia Yim post, and just seeing these losers. I can't believe you do that. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't expect someone like you to understand, so it checks out. Totally checks out. All right, is it a headbutt or is it a drop kick? He already hit the missile, so I think it's going to be... That might be a second missile. Nope. I was about to say, I don't think he's going to hit a second one of those. If I was a wrestler, it would drive me crazy, my knee pads falling down. It would drive me fucking insane. Oh, God, what is this? What is he going to do? I thought he was going to reverse Razor's Edge him or something. Hit him in the face. Oh, God. Page has got Danielson on the second rope or top rope. Big avalanche power slam. Ethan came down. The first two things I think that hit the mat on that was both of Ethan's knees. Almost like wasn't the best landing on that. Yeah, his knees hit first. I got to get on the merch ball, Mike Witt. I really do. I'm behind on that. I got a couple of designs. One of them, Pro Wrestling Tees, won't let me sell, so I was wondering, thinking about launching them on a different website so you could buy them. By the way, that reminds me. Got a big Razor's Edge. The two people that won the Sami Zayn My Dog t-shirts, I got an email that they have been shipped like 2 days ago, so they're either going to, big running knees. They're probably either going to be here tomorrow or they're in my mailbox right now. So by the end of this week, I'll have those dropped in the mail to the winners of those two shirts, Tatanani and JJ, I think. JJ, was it you? I hope it was, because now I feel bad if it wasn't. That's it. Page is out. The raggedy bitch wins again. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, Mike Witt, I want you to be right about that. Punk and FTR take out the Elite in LA after the match, after they win the trios titles, perhaps. I'm down. I mean, that's going to be a big show. Yeah, cool. JJ, it's you and Tatanani. So I'll have that in the mail to you really soon. What's today? Wednesday? So if they come tomorrow, I'll have them in the mail probably by Friday at the latest. Unless they're not here yet. I meant to check the mail today. Oh, speaking of mail, my boy, Amado Gonzalez. If you're here in the chat, show yourself. Because I went by my P.O. box today, and he had a package in there for me. And I went so late in the day, I haven't had a chance to open it yet. It's sitting right up there. So if Amado pops in, we'll do a live unboxing. As long as he's okay with that. As long as there's not a dildo in there or something. But I don't think there is. I think it's safe for wife. Oh, Tito, that's pretty freaking adorable, man. Just had to get a picture of him under there. He just sleeps like that. Just like that.
Wardlow, pretty powerful words from Samoa Joe. Tonight you're going to be facing him in the main event, looking to regain your championship.
What's up, Renee?
How are you feeling ahead of this matchup tonight?
Hey, Renee, is that a called or is that a romper? What's a romper? Is that a romper? Oh no, there's two. I'm sorry. I thought it was a one piece. Oh shit. Oh bullshit. Oh, see, this is what they're gonna do. I was about to say I can't see a Joe clean win, but I could see a Wardlow clean win. But I think something's gonna happen, like I said, that will keep the title on Joe without damaging Wardlow. I thought it was going to be outside interference. Turns out to be a lead pipe right to the knee. Nancy Kerrigan style. Google her, kids. It's a funny story. Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding. It's a big deal back in the day, man. Not sure, Mike, what we're going to do about pets. It's going to be Tito for a while, and I'm probably going to let it just be Tito. And then after him, either going to probably get like another 2 cats, but I probably want to switch genders and go to girls, or get a dog. I'm going to want a buddy. Elizabeth wants me to have like a buddy. Like I lost Bub, so, and I still have Tito, but at some point I might want to get a dog, but I'm only going to get a dog if I can, if I'm living in a place and I have a lifestyle that I can really give it a great life, take it for walks and exercise and things like that. What's cool about cats is they're easy as shit. And Bub and Tito were both like dogs. They were both very playful. They were both very affectionate. They loved your attention. They weren't assholes. So if I can find a couple of more cats like those two, I'll keep cats forever. But there is, a good appeal to having a dog, and they can really be a good friend and a good companion. And I'll get there one day. I almost think a dog might be more of a late 50s and 60s type of thing for me. I think it would be perfect at that age. I could spend a lot of time with it and that type of thing. So I might be, 10 years away from a dog. But I don't think I want to buy a dog until I buy a house. And that is still probably a couple of years away once we figure out what size place we need and want. Otherwise, I'm going to live in this monster for a couple more years. Wardlow is the one to take the title from Max. I would like that. I'd be down with that, Mike. Yeah, I really did strike the lottery with them. They're really fun. Bub was so friendly. He loved everybody. They're not mean. They don't run for you. Tito's a little sketchy. He does love me, and he's scared of other people. But he's way more sketchier than Bub. If there's like a loud noise, Tito is boom, right under the desk or right under the bed or somewhere to hide. Where Bub is like, what's that noise? Let's go find out. Let's go investigate it together. He doesn't give a shit. But Tito is a little less like that. Oh, who are they looking at here, Paige? Of course you'd want to know, Renee. So this is obviously storyline that Hangman's not cleared because I don't think he would have been able to get physical in those altercations in previous weeks with Moxley if he was not cleared. It's just shit Foxley. Oh, yeah. It's, I forgot. Renee, there's a connection here. Yeah, you've been making advancements. 2 weeks, man. LA-ish. Mox and Hangman Page, January 11th. What else are we getting? Saraya and Mystery Partner. So Mercedes Moné is probably going to be there, right? I'll get to see that. And is that where they're going to do Danielson and MJF? Or are they saving that for Revolution? All I know is the 11th is going to be a big show. By the way, you guys want to see my seats? Check out these fucking seats. For the January 11th Dynamite. By the way, January 11th, the day of this Dynamite, is the 30-year anniversary of Raw. This is where I'm sitting. Section 111, row 2. And the hard cam, I will not be on the hard cam side because the upper levels in purple, those are seats that will be filled. The white upper level seats are empty. So the hard cam will obviously be around where section 128 is probably. It's going to be right in there. And then I will be on the other side, row 1 and 2, seats 1 and 2. How cool is that? Row 2, seats 1 and 2. In section 111, though, 111 there is where we are going to be. So if you're going to be at the Forum, come hit me up, man. We'll have a brewski. Did Tito and Bub ever wrestle? They never really got into it. They both applied for wrestling schools and got accepted, but, they never really got into it. They had other interests in life. Like, as much as Tito and Bub loved the art of pro wrestling, they also loved licking their buttholes and eating food and taking shits in their litter box and taking naps. And that was really important to them. And it was hard to balance a pro wrestling career with licking your butthole, And so they ultimately decided not to pursue wrestling. And I was fine with that because it gave us more time together. Oh, you meant wrestle each other. Yeah, they would wrestle a lot. When Bub was healthy, they would wrestle pretty hard. They wouldn't hurt each other, but they'd come close. Tito has little needle claws, and he would really dig into Bub, and he'd scream. But a lot of times Bub would instigate it. So what can you do? I'm like, well, you started it. Yeah, Michael, it's going to be me and Elizabeth going to the Forum. She's been there before. I have never been. And we were going to go last time they were there, but we opted not to. I believe that was after Double or Nothing. Now they're back. Huh. Yo, I appreciate the follow, Brian Alvarez. Thank you for that. Brian Alvarez just followed me. It's about time. I think I quote tweeted him today. Maybe he liked it. Know who else followed me a couple weeks ago? Any of you ever MTV fans from back in the day remember The Real World, like the first 2 seasons of that? I think it was season 2. It was the country music singer, John. It was either season 1 or season 2. Pretty sure it's season 2. He followed me the other day, too. But Brian is way overdue for following me. I met him like 3 times. What's up, Terry Allen? Thanks for the $2. Restaurants, attire you wear, man. I work in the most casual place. I can literally wear whatever I want, anything I want. And we got a high dollar menu, you know. But I wear jeans and fucking Skechers and like just a long sleeve t-shirt type of shirt, and that's what I work in. That's it. Which is so nice because other bosses I've worked for and other restaurants I've managed. You know, especially where I worked in North Carolina, that boss was a fucking psycho, man. Here, I can do whatever I want. I kind of hope the Top Flight at least has a couple of, like, dazzling, holy shit, could he actually pin him moments here. Basically anybody who reports wrestling news gets a lot of unfair hate because certain people have a stick up their ass about the Meltzers and the Alvarezes and the Sean Ross Sapps and all of these guys that I've had interactions with that I've found to be nothing but pleasant and nothing but nice. Sean is obscenely nice to me. Meltzer's super cool. Brian's super cool. Cassidy Haynes over at Body Slam is a trip. These guys are all fucking funny to me. I don't have any issue with any of them. And of all the things to like get stark raving, pants shitting mad about, the last fucking thing I really care about is wrestling journalistic integrity or whatever. They all do fine. They're fine. Nothing they do bothers me. And to spend your time being angry about people like that is an odd use of one's time. Oh God, Dante is so... Like, I wonder if, like, prior to the show and guys are just goofing off in the ring, if Dante is ever like, hey, watch me go coast to coast here. Like, I'll jump on the top rope and springboard and land on the other one across the ring. Give me a Top Flight and Montez trio team. Or maybe Dantes and Montez, Dante, Montez Ford, and who's some other like stupidly athletic guy right now? Maybe Mustafa Ali. Who else? Maybe somebody in NXT. Sol Ruca with them. Sol Ruca is the real deal. I think she's the real deal. She's more Charlotte than Charlotte, and I love that. Oh, nice clip on Mox's leg. Darius came in. Pitcher and pitcher. Yeah, season 2. Yeah, he was like the Christian country music virgin guy, right? He was a trip. He was like easily the nicest guy in that whole season. Ricochet. There you go. Ricochet's who I'm thinking of. Yes, Pillman Jr. not only still wrestles, but has been improving greatly, apparently. One thing about Brian Pillman Jr. that I noticed right from the get-go with him is he was gonna struggle with some maturity issues, but it really seems like he's been handling it and not going too crazy. And the last time I saw him, a clip of him in the ring, I think it was from Elevation or Dark, he has gotten himself in really good shape, and he's almost kind of he's been watching some Kenny Omega tapes. I'll just put it like that. But some of the movements and stuff, is getting a little more modern, and he seems to be trying to have a more athletic style than what he had before, because his dad was super athletic. But even Pillman Senior today, if you were to put like 1991 Brian Pillman in today's wrestling, he would still stand out because of his look and everything, but in terms of what he was capable of doing athletically would not be trend setting today. But back then it was, so now, Brian Jr. has got to come in, and his dad was really able to make a name for himself by, I still swear to this day that he invented a lot of the high flying moves that we see today. He was one of the first guys to really do some of that over the top stuff. You still had some high flyers out there. You still had the rock and roll and the rockers and stuff like that, but nobody was doing things quite like Brian, and he was hitting some pretty crazy athletic moves, albeit sloppy looking, still incredibly good looking visually for the time in like 1991 or whatever. So Pillman Jr. is just in a whole different game being played now. So I'm glad that he's like trying to up his game and up his look, continue to work on his physique and his look and work on, his training and athletically and getting better. And he can probably get there, man. He's always a name that I see, like whenever you're looking, you see like follow somebody on Twitter or whatever. And, before I like take anybody seriously or even follow them, I look and see who I know that's following them. And there's about 10 names that I have of people that I follow that if I see their names following somebody else, I know that person's a piece of shit. So Brian Pillman, unfortunately, is one of those names. Whenever I see him following some politician, I know that guy's a piece of shit. So Pillman's like that. Karrion Kross. Who else? Who's some other names that I always look for? I'm like, if they're following, I'm like, I'll forget it. I'm like, I have no interest in what they're saying at all. Braun Strowman, guys like that. What is Moxley doing? Yeah, he doesn't have his dad's body or build, but he's working on it. And that's why when I saw him last, I'm like, oh, he's looking pretty good. But that was a couple months ago, so I don't know what he's up to lately. I haven't seen him on TV in a while. And I don't really catch any of Dark and Elevation. I catch a little bit of it, but yeah, and I think at some point Pillman Jr. could get to that. I don't think he's ready for a gimmick like that yet. I don't think he could execute it or pull it off. But, the more he keeps wrestling, gaining experience, getting better, more comfortable, better at promos, that type of thing, maybe someday they can do a callback to Pillman with him, once he gets good enough. Because you just don't want to throw anybody's kid in the ring and say, hey, go be like your dad. They might not be ready yet. I don't think he's good enough to try to be his dad yet. Wow, Claudio was just fucking Dante up. But, a couple more years of experience and reps and TV time and promos, and they can give him that look, give him one of Brian's old canes, have him dress all however Brian dressed. I don't know how to describe that. All loose cannon-y. Fans loving it. Look at that. Nice. He did jump rope with Darius. I don't know what. Wow, that was really nice teamwork. Wow, they came close on Claudio there. No, I was on the other side of the arena in the Anarchy. What is it called? Anarchy in the arena. Anarchy in the arena match. But I had a good view of it because it was directly. They were in the section directly across from me. So basically, I was just looking right at Danielson, whoever he was fighting with in the crowd there, over by the cameras and shit. So I had a good view of most everything in that match, but I think I was on the other side of where the fan brawling happened. I think. Oh, no, that's untrue. They came right by me. I'm sorry. The Mox and everybody was right up by me. And as a matter of fact, they made their entrances through our section too because we were in the Bud Light Lounge. Not all, our section had its own private bathrooms, our own bar. It was awesome. And that's where Blackpool made their entrance. So never mind. I was right into it. So they came down, when they made their entrance to the ring, they walked past our section. As a matter of fact, Mike, have you ever watched my Double or Nothing review with all of the footage I took from the show? It's a good video. Check it out. It's kind of like vlog style. I'll be doing that for the January 11th show, and I'll be doing that for WrestleMania because I'm going to that too. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. I would have loved if Pillman didn't get hurt to see Pillman and like Shawn Michaels. Because I think Shawn might meet his match with Pillman in a promo battle. I think Shawn's still better than ring than Brian. But if the two of them ever got in a fight, I think Pillman would fuck him up. Neutralizer's it. No! Nice kick out by Darius. That's Darius, right? Yeah. Nice. Look at Claudio getting on the referee. Yeah, Darius kicking out of the neutralizer. A very angry Claudio. If you guys don't mind, you could smash that thumbs up button a few times for me. Create 10 accounts each and hit the button. Thank you. Appreciate it. He's like, nope. That's what put Hangman Page out of the King Kong. Claudio just hammered him into the dirt. Now what are you going to do? Swing him to death? Use my grandma sign. Wow. He just planted Dante. Cornette hated anarchy in the arena. Of course he did. What doesn't Cornette hate? Fucking man spends every waking minute of his life hating shit. Imagine living that way. And have people that seek and desire that type of content. Dude has thousands of subscribers. Gets thousands of views on his rants, just bitching constantly. Nice. That was emphatic. Claudio's like, you're not kicking out of this bitch. Like every now and then, wrestling deserves a good rant. You see something fucking ridiculous, you got to rant about it. But there's no reason to rant about everything, every day, every hour. And what kind of people desire to hear that? I'm like, we get it, Cornette. You're pissed all the time. There's no mystery to it anymore. I'm like, don't give these fucking losers a reason to hate their life even more, you know? Like, I just feel like it's so dangerous. Like, incites violence and shit, you know? I'm like, these people already fucking hate their lives. Now they have to tune into you and listen to you bitch about it. Yeah, Claudio looks legitimately mad that Darius kicked out of that neutralizer. This little motherfucker, this little piece of shit. Fucking put him down this time. Was that a good Swedish accent? I don't think it was. Or Swiss accent, excuse me. Yeah, it's his gimmick, exactly. It would just get exhausting to me. If I knew that to get those views coming, I got to keep screaming and yelling. I would get tired of it. I like this Kip and Cassidy deal.
We just saw the footage from the Battle Royal when you eliminated Orange Cassidy. Kip, you've asked for this time. The floor is yours.
Slayer of regrets, old and new, sought by many and found by few. Clementine, friends, misunderstood. We've done this dance for far too long.
Look at Danhausen. Wasn't Danhausen kind of like badass for 1 week there? Didn't he come out and just beat the shit out of somebody and win? When was that? That was at the pay-per-view? I'm going to grab another Stella while Kip speaks. I like Renee's kicks.
Thank you. It's going to be on. We're going to do it on Rampage.
We're going to do it on Rampage.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
Official. It's all going down on Rampage.
Kip forgot to say it was on Rampage. Cassidy had to fix it. Oh, here comes Hook. All right. Well, this calls for a little. Sorry, I don't have my Matt Riddle and Rob Van Dam thing handy. Now, last week, they attacked Jungle Boy backstage. So maybe this time they get back together. If they form a tag team, it has to be Pussy Smashers, Pussy Slayers, something like that. No, this isn't Hook's Dynamite debut. He's wrestled on Dynamite before. He's been on TV for a while. He's the FTW champion. They don't use him every week. And he's going to beat this fucking guy. I know that. Faith. What does it say? Faith something love? Tattoo Man's going to lose. The Jungle Hookers. I like it. The Jungle Hookers. The Pussy Slayers. Yo, congrats to Big Bill. Think he got engaged too. He's engaged to the one of the backstage girls here in AEW. Yeah, Cornette has got a wealth of knowledge in his head. It just sucks that so much of it has been overtaken by hate and anger and shit that like makes him mad in wrestling, and his ridiculous rationale that people claim is fact speaking, which is ridiculous. I'm like, just because you like the way somebody says it doesn't make it a fact, you know? And it's so fucking stupid. Opinions aren't facts. Opinions are just opinions, no matter how you clever you are with your wording. Red rum, and that's it. He's tapping. My wife thinks I'm a Bible study sign. That's hilarious. Bible study. Wednesday, Bible study? Jesus, Hook and Morrissey. I don't want to see their Big Bill. He's the Southwest of AEW. I love it. Yeah, shit's not good in Southwest land right now, is it? Mike, I don't have 3 hours to tell you about all the celebrities I've met in my life. I could literally do a whole video on it. I could do an entire long video on it. More celebrities than you could even fucking wrap your head around. I've been incredibly blessed. I've met everybody. Oh, look at this. Oh, my God. Morrissey and Hook. Morrissey, Big Bill better back off or Hook will fuck him up. You better back down, Big Bill. Jungle Boy's looking in the ring. Look at him back. Oh, come on, Hook. Oh, no. I was like, no way. Oh, no. Hook's going to get taken out by a monster. Oh, 2x4 to the back. Hook escapes the big bump. I love it. Because I was actually saying that. I'm like, what's going to happen when a monster gets their hands on Hook? And it nearly happened. Good job, Jungle Boy. Pussy Smashers unite. Those two guys showed up at the same bar I was at. All those women surrounded me, would leave and go to them. There's nothing I'd be able to do about it. Hopefully they leave me one. Maybe the scraps. Kind of surprised Hook didn't go back to WWE. He was probably backstage at a few WWE shows, I'd imagine, back in the day. Maybe not. He was just a little tiny fella. Taz has actually been gone from WWE for a long time. So that it might not be accurate. Wow.
Ricky Starks, you turned down the opportunity of a lifetime when you decided not to join the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Jericho, did you have a long night out last night?
You mocked Chris Jericho.
His voice is a little off.
Jobbers,
Too much drinky.
assholes. That was a good one. What I call you is foolish. I call you small-minded.
Crash, I was not aware that all of Hook's matches had the same referee. I did not know that.
A flash in the pan. Because, Ricky, you have the arrogance and the confidence of a superstar, but you don't have all the tools.
Let's give us Ricky and Jericho on January 11th, too. Come on.
To ever do this. And January 4th and 6th,
Oh, big build. I was like, when the fuck was Hook in WWE? Like when he was a fetus?
I'm going to take you from the top of the mountain to the bottom of the ocean and back, and you won't know what hit you. I am a wizard.
Oh, yeah. Is Twitter still fucking up? It was fucking up for me right before we went live. I could not do anything. It's logged me out. I can't log back in. It won't even log me back in. But that's just on my computer. On my phone, I think I can still see stuff.
Come back to AEW. You did a great thing. You beat Chris Jericho. Enjoy that. It's the highlight of your career. Go back to the Indies and stay out of my face.
Just saw somebody complaining about AEW pumping in crowds noise. I'm like, I don't care if they are or not. Nothing's worse than that other company, who I think pumps crowd noise into their fucking commercials. Samoa Joe and Wardlow. All right, I'll be back in just 1 second while we're going to commercial. We are back. Today I was doing a bunch of chores. I just put one of those fresh blue things in the back of your toilet, you know? Oh, turn this down. And it's always nice to see that blue, bleachy water come through. No problem, Mike. I don't know how the hell you got blocked. But yeah, apparently the Twitter is all messing up. It's spazzing out. I thought something happened. I thought I got hacked or something, but it turns out I think everybody's dealing with this. And I can still, it looks like my phone app is actually working fine. I can see my notifications. I can see my tweets, but I can't do anything on my PC here. And I do a fair amount of Twittering right here on the computer because I'm on the computer a lot. But most people only use this type of stuff on their phone. I don't think too many people these days use Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram on their PCs, but maybe some do. I'm one of those people. I didn't want to get any copyright for that Rickroll song. What's going on, Dan Price? It's good to see you. Oh, now that I think about it. Since it is a commercial, I got something to open. It's probably wrestling related, so I'm going to open this on camera. My good friend Amato Gonzalez looks like he has sent me something. I met him in Vegas for Double or Nothing, spent some time with him. And it looks like he's sent me some stuff, but I'm only going to show it if he's cool with it. Or if I think he might be cool with it. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's cool. Him and his wife sent Elizabeth and I a very, very nice card. That's so nice, Amato. Along with a postcard from the very last Blockbuster, which I love. I'm obsessed with Blockbusters. Right above my head, you can't see it, but there's a Blockbuster VHS case. Holy shit. Holy shit. Bro, that's insane. Is this what I think it is? All right. Holy shit. Let me see if I can hold this back and show you guys. That thing is huge. So anyway, our boy Amato just sent us that. I will send him a DM or hit him up and let him know that I opened this on camera. This is a gigantic Bret Hart banner, and I already have a lot of banners in here, but I'm going to make room for this one. That's for sure. That is so cool. Very cool present from my boy. Thank you so much, dude. Of course, I don't think you're in here in the chat seeing any of this, but once you do, thank you, man. That's so cool. Yeah, I got the best fans, man. You guys are so great. Yeah, I'm hoping to go to Double or Nothing again if we can this year, even though I'm going to be at WrestleMania. And we'll definitely be spending some time with Amato if we do. All right, they're not really telling us who the guy is yet, though. Crazy. Elizabeth is going to freak out over this thing. Fake cinder block, yeah, but that cinder block spot was pulled off really well. I couldn't tell. It looks like this will be it's a picture of him with the Intercontinental, so it would be, I don't know if it's 91 or 2. I'd have to get a better look at it. I couldn't tell. Oh, here we go. Oh, and this is Falls Count Anywhere. Okay, so will match number 7 be next week on the 4th, or will it be, are they saving it for the 11th? Does anybody know that? Looks like this is also not going to... Well, yeah, that makes sense that this match isn't going to be the main event. It doesn't need to be. We got Wardlow and Samoa Joe for the TNT. That's your main event. Like last week, it was the women's match. But maybe whenever these guys go Game 7, maybe that'll be the main, which is why they might do that next week. I'm not sure. Just sending Amato a DM to let him know, bro, I just opened your shit right here live on TV. Hopefully he's okay with that. He's a nice fella. Cheap pallets. Or Chet pallets. I don't have any pallet experience. When I was a kid, we used to take pallets and use them for scrap wood and campfires and shit like that. That's all I remember. Oh, right in the cookies? Oh, man. Like, those ones look like they were double chocolate. There looks like some chocolate chip there. Fucking waste. Give me a chocolate chip. He said he's working. He goes, oh, shit, I'm working right now. So I'm like, I just totally opened your Brett banner live on camera. I'm going to try to rewind a little bit and get a screen cap for him. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Oh, God. At first, I thought they were going to try to Meltzer driver him, but then I realized it was Penta holding Matt. These guys get through all 7 of these matches, and we don't have any sort of, like, serious injury. Cool, perfect. I'm gonna snip that for Amato. Oh, shit, although I don't know how to get it to him because I can't use Twitter on my computer right now. Oh, yeah, I didn't think that one through. Okay, no big deal. Amato, you're going to have to wait. Okay, so Pac broke his nose at Full Gear. I didn't know that. I saw the nose guard last week. I'm like, when did that happen? Royal Rumble watch along soon, yes, but it won't be this week because it's New Year's Day. Phoenix is up on top of the tunnel. Does he have something? Nope, he doesn't. I thought he had like a lead pipe. Oh, double super kick. Yeah. Corkscrew or tornado, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the next classic watch along will have to be a week from this. Oh my God. Holy shit. That is the gnarliest V trigger I've ever seen. Jesus Christ. Phoenix died. Sorry, Phoenix. Rest in peace. Oh, German on the ramp. I mean, Kenny V triggered Phoenix's face. You know, like in Happy Gilmore, where he gets like the running start, he hits the golf ball, and the golf ball goes and goes flying like 10,000 yards. Phoenix's head is still flying through the air. Sorry, that sound effect probably was pretty loud in the mic. One time I tried to blow off the microphone lint without hitting mute and damn near killed half of your eardrums. Still feel bad about that. Oh, we're going to do one of these? Oh, no. A Northern Lights train? That's got to be hard. Oh, he's going to do double. Double Northern Lights? Jesus. He's got them both. 1, 2. No. It's not going to pin 2 guys. What's up, Raph Man? Hey, good mic work. How's the wife? I'll let you know when we get married. Hopefully she'll be pretty good by then. No, Juliet, we're not doing a watch-along Sunday. It's New Year's Day, and I have actually got a Christmas with my family. I had some family out of town for this year's Christmas, so we're all gathering on New Year's Day to exchange presents and things like that. So it'll be me and Elizabeth, and it'll be my family, my sisters, their kids, her kids. So lots of stuff. Big family day over there and big dinner. So unfortunately, that's on Sunday. If I was home, I would do a watch-along. Even if it was New Year's Day, I wouldn't care. But I got plans. So it's going to have to be the Sunday after that, and then we will be busting out Royal Rumbles as hard as we can until we get to this year's Royal Rumble, which I'm also going to do a watch-along of. We're going to live react to this year's Royal Rumble together, like the olden timey days. Forgot what pay-per-view it was. I think we watched SummerSlam a few years ago. At one point, we had 7,000 people in the chat. It was crazy. We got 68 people in here right now. We had 100 times more people in the chat, like for like SummerSlam 2019 or something. It was ridiculous. I'm like, what's going on here? There's like 7,000 people hanging out with us. I'm like, that's great. Subscribe. Those days are long over on this channel of numbers like that. I can't tell what Penta is doing to Nick. Oh, he's got something wrapped around his neck. Okay. I've noticed you tweet the same as you talk, which is rare for Twitter. That's hilarious. Yeah, I kind of do, I guess. I would assume everybody does, but maybe not. Oh. Kenny does not look right in that, whatever he's wearing. I do like that we had Stips in a lot of these matches, and I like that we got, if you notice this week, we got spared Kansas. No Wayward Son entrance, but I think we're likely to get it at the end because I don't understand how this thing would not go 7. Greg is seeing someone's wife. Nope. I'm not. Me and Elizabeth just passed our 4-year anniversary, which is crazy. It's a whole presidential term. It's a whole Olympics.
And Don, you seem a little on edge right now. Well, it's one thing to get kicked in the head, but he can't see, and then now he's out, thank goodness.
Raffman, you can check out some of this stuff. I've got a DVD and VHS tape collection video on my channel that was recorded way back in my old place that'll show you a lot of these specifics. And I even have a video of building this studio here in this place. Both are available on my channel. You can check them out and see all this stuff. But I recorded all my DVD and VHS tape collection and wrestling collection in my old one-bedroom apartment that I lived in before I lived in this 5-bedroom home. Yes, we're going to do WrestleMania 4. I've already committed to that, Mike. We're going to do WrestleMania 4 this year for WrestleMania season. And I've got to start giving some thought. January was the month I've been telling myself all year. I'm like, January is when I'm going to book everything for WrestleMania. So some point next month, I'll nail down the tickets, the hotel, all that stuff, and I'll be ready to rock in LA for anyone who's going. Los Angeles. Oh, nice. Running Destroyer. I like the Running Destroyers. Jesus, man. I mean, I got to say, these matches have been good. Like, I'm thinking of, you know, WWE and WCW both have, like, famous best of 7 series that are remembered. Booker and Benoit from WCW. And then who was it? Who did it in WWE that was kind of famous? I know Sheamus and Cesaro did it in recent years, but Booker and Benoit might have revisited that in WWE as well. AEW, you know, I think for this to be the first ever best of 7 series in AEW history, I think it's going to go down as a pretty memorable one, especially if it closes strong, you know, with that match number 7. Strong Kenny. I have no idea why the critique of Kenny, like he's little and they call him like twinkle toes and shit. He's bigger than AJ Styles. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand like why he gets criticized. He wrestles the same fucking style as a whole bunch of guys his size on top. Why is like he singled out as somebody that's inferior? It makes no sense. There's no fucking difference between him and AJ Styles. They're the same goddamn wrestler. It's fucking stupid. Oh, what is the... Oh. They tried to hit it. Didn't look great, but they hit it. I like the reverse black and white on Penta, too. That looks really good. Yes, I do. I don't need a VCR. Every VHS tape I have already transferred to digital, but I do have... I have a VCR, I have a tape deck, a CD player. I have everything I need. If I ever need to hook that shit up, I got a fucking Nintendo. I got a Super Nintendo. I got a Sega Genesis. You need something 90s, I'm your man. Oh, wow. Phoenix was up there with a Darby Allin dive. That was nuts. Full-blown Bret Hart, Jean-Pierre Lafitte flip. No official AWA tapes, but I have a lot of AWA footage, Mike. But I don't have any AWA tapes, just NWA, a lot of WWF. Oh, God. Do not have an 8-track player. That was before my time. Or I was too young to... Wow, Meltzer driver on the floor. Pack with the running missile kick. Breaks it up. VCR, a DVD. There was none of that crap back in 1970. Everclear? AM radio? Come on now. They're doing all this in this altitude, Tony says. Oh, I've been to Denver a bunch of times. I don't have any trouble breathing up there. And I've done strenuous shit. Like, I've ran and done stuff. I can breathe fine up there. I do know it wreaks havoc on baking. I know it fucks your baking at different elevations. Like, you have to use different formulas and stuff at different altitudes, which is weird. Your cakes can explode and stuff. It's really gnarly. Oh. I do have Starcade 86 in my collection. I also have Starcade 88, which is expensive. It's rare. Oh. Super kicked his own bro. Nope. No. About to say, we might get a conclusion to this series, but I think this has got to stretch to 2023. Kenny's going for one winged angel off the stage with the brutalizer happening in the ring. It's Falls Count Anywhere. God damn. So he's going to pin him before he submits, and he got him. Yeah, tap. They did not execute that the way they wanted to. I'm not sure if they got the word over to the official, because I think what they were trying to do is have Omega pin Penta right as Matt was tapping out or something, or right before Matt tapped out. And the timing just fell a little off there. That's a hard spot to do. Oh, yeah, I can see that, Roderick. Many companies, like potato chip companies, avoid the hills due to pressure pops and stuff. Yeah. You can probably go through a lot of issues to transporting things by plane and stuff with the different pressures there. And I've a couple times I've traveled, I've put cartridges, like weed vape cartridges in or the little things with the oil in it. Stuck it in my check bag, and then when I got on the other side, one of them broke and exploded. And apparently that's normal. Okay, so it is January 11th. Nice. Okay, so we're skipping next week. Wow, I'm gonna get to see match number 7. Probably gonna see Starks and Jericho. I'm not sure if MJF and Danielson's happening there too. I think it is. And then Saraya and Paige and Sasha Banks. Sasha, the one that kicked Paige into retirement, going to come in and be her mystery partner. That's fucking nuts, man. I think I'm picking a good show to go to. Who lives in L.A.? Do any of y'all live here? If you don't, move here. Just, go to Walmart. You know those, like, big plastic bins you can buy for, like, $10? Get, like, 12 of them. Throw all your shit in there. Then put that in a car or a truck. Get behind the wheel, drive west until you hit water and stop. And then call me. And I'll come show you around the city. We'll get you an apartment. And you can live here. And then you can go to WrestleMania and Dynamite on January 11th. It's that simple. What is this? Look at the Macho Man Slim Jim guy. Look at Billy Gunn being a part of this. Is fucking hilarious. They're at a storage unit place filming. I like how Billy just stands there. Billy Gunn. He's a legend. Billy Gunn is one of those great stories of just randomness that basically just pretty much set in his life there, coach, trainer, NXT, gets let go for specific reasons, let's just say that. Turns up in AEW, falls ass backwards into a gimmick that reinvents him at age 60. Homie's older than Sting, isn't he? Oh. I can't believe Sonjay and Jeff and Lethal got a diss track made on them. Are they worthy of that? I just like Billy Gunn just standing there. Whatever happened to Bart Gunn? Well, what happened to him was he went to WrestleMania one year and said, hey, I think I'm going to fight a real boxer. I was there in attendance for that show. And he got his ass kicked. And I think he's been living in the tunnels of Las Vegas ever since. Hi, Anna. Zach Billy, I'm pretty sure, was let go for enhancements. Oh, that's right. It's Willow and Ruby taking on these two. Willow is the best. How can you, like, not pull for her? Like, what I like about Willow is that she's so overly happy and friendly and fun. Provided that she's good and gets better and continues to improve and stuff, there will be a time. Plus, everybody loves her. They just adore Willow. I do. There will come a time in the future, like Bayley, where she's going to shed that. And I think this is 4 or 5 years in the future. But if she can get to that, think of how good Bayley got when she was a heel. I question if she could do it. She proved me wrong. It'd be so cool if, like, Willow is able to have a good career, fun, successful career as a babyface, win some championships, you know, and just be really, really beloved by the audience. But that amount of positivity and stuff does wear old and grow old with audience members, and we've seen that. So, like, once that happens, capitalize on it. Once you see that the fans are just kind of a little bit over the smiling and the hugging and all that stuff, and they're kind of wanting to move on from it, then move on from it. But right now, she is just all kinds of fun. And she's gorgeous. Let's not ignore that fact either. So she got a lot going for her. Her gear resembles a little bit like Jamie Hayter, kind of, to me.
She just backed out with time rolled out of the way. Ruby now raining down right hands on Anna Jay. And those are connected. Those are shots to the top.
What do you think of women tag matches with 4 random tandems?
Sends Ruby off into the ropes.
Oh,
Tackle. Anna Jay goes down and Ruby
with no story? I don't need a story for everything. As long as I have stories where stories are needed. Not every single match needs a fucking issue behind it, but stories help, but sometimes matchups are good, just good. We see that in professional sports. Like, the interest is always, Yankees and Red Sox are always going to have that story there. But if the Red Sox are really good one year, and then, like, the Seattle Mariners are also randomly really good one year, and they're tied for best record in the league or something, and they meet for a 3-game set, people are going to be interested in it because it's a cool matchup. But there's no story. They have no history, really, or beef, But it's still going to be something that people might want to tune into. Hey, I want to see who's going to win the series, or this is a pivotal series or an important game or whatever. You're still interested. Sometimes the stories just make it better. What's my favorite Shakespeare quote? Don't have one. Hate Shakespeare. Despise learning about it in school. Was a complete and total chore and pain in the ass. Don't want to read shit like doth thou art, where art thou, and all. I just don't give a shit about that stuff. Don't care. Hated Shakespeare. Had to read a bunch in school and blocked it from my memory. It's not for Greg. Sorry. I've done just fine in my life without knowing the works of Shakespeare. I haven't used a goddamn lick of algebra either since school. And look at me. Fuck algebra, man. Pitcher and pitcher.
Finding perfect isn't rocket science. Kitchen sorted. Hot tub, I know. And of course, puppy friendly. We don't like to say perfect, but it's pretty perfect. Booking.com.
Yeah, what's the latest with Twitter? Is it still melting down? Is it on fire? Is this Elon's fault? Is this dumbass Elon's fault? Yet another stable genius. Oh, wait, I think I can log in. Oh, it's texting me. Oh, wow, it wants to make sure it's me. Oh, Amato sent me a DM 20 minutes ago. I didn't see it. Snuck off to the restroom to watch you open that. It's an interesting sentence. Made my night. I'm glad you liked everything. I was also surprised by the size when I got it. I thought it was going to be smaller. I got medium one. That was the medium one? Holy shit. I think it was gigantic. As far as Double or Nothing next year, I'm in Vegas. I'm going. If I'm in Vegas, me too. The only problem is it's 2 months after WrestleMania. So we're going to have to work on that. But yeah, Amato's the best. What a good dude. What a good dude. Thank you so much for that. That's definitely going to be hanging somewhere. Actually, I got an empty space right here on the wall next to my Kramer picture. That's going to be the spot, actually, now that I look around. I could put it there. It's a tough call. Once it's hung, I'll let you know. Oh, enter code. Shit, sorry. Enter code. 00. Nope. 33. Something went wrong, but it's not your fault. Try again later. I can't tell if I'm logged in or not. Oh, I am. Okay, I think I'm back into the Twitters. I am. All right, so at least Twitter's on the PC. I am back in. I love that. I was hoping I posted another sarcastic tweet when Brian Alvarez tweeted out the Raw ratings. And I purposely make it so ridiculous to where you really have to be stupid if you take it seriously. And somebody always does. And so, LMAO, you are just upset that a Raw recap show beats Dynamite live show. AEW in the mud. Come on, Anna. Well, at least we're back into the Twitters. It looks like whatever was wrong with it might be fixed. But it looks like Twitter down was also a hashtag that was trending. Cora Jade is your favorite wrestler in WWE. When it comes to the women, I haven't decided if I like Cora Jade or not. I've liked her a couple times and I've not liked her a couple times. Right now, I'm totally on the Sol Ruka bandwagon. I want to be one of the first people to plant their flag in the ground and say she might be it. And we'll see if we turn out to be right on that. But
Good job by Ruby. Oh, watch your back. Ruby, turn her back to tie. No future. That should do it. The kick lands. The cover. Two. No. Ty Mello able to kick out. I thought that Ruby had it there. Yeah, she didn't really have the shoulders crossed that well. But
another Kennel from Hell is not happening. Do we finally get the turn on SmackDown this week? Well, it's a big one. I've been saying all along that I think the turn should happen on TV and not a pay-per-view. Everybody's like, oh, well, you wait for a title match and then Sammy fucks up and Roman kills him. I think it should be TV. I think it should be a big SmackDown segment, something that as many eyeballs as possible can see. And I feel like they kind of teased it last week, and Sami Zayn lives to see another Bloodline day. But eventually, you know, they're going to have to do it. And with so much talk about the WrestleMania plans and the different things we're hearing, it's starting to think like they might have to get this done sooner than later, especially with Elimination Chamber coming up in Montreal. So, nice. So this could be the week that poor Sammy finally gets the boot, but I just hope it's executed as well as possible. I just hope that, like, when Roman makes the call, like when they're all in the ring together and Roman says whatever he says that triggers the Bloodline to jump Sammy. I mean, I hope it's the modern equivalent of, you know, something like that. Just maybe verbal. The DD tie, that's what she calls it. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, the Montreal pay-per-view could also be it. But I almost think like you could do, like, if there's been some talk and rumblings of Roman dropping one of the titles before WrestleMania, like we've heard, if you do the Sammy, if you kill Sammy on TV, kill him hard this week on Friday, he's out for, you know, a few weeks or whatever. and then he somehow wins the title in the Elimination Chamber or something like that. You put Sammy and KO in the Elimination Chamber, and Sammy winds up winning the title. Roman has to defend the title in there, and he loses it. It's a good way to have Roman lose the title in the chamber. He can maybe save face by beating him with a lot of guys, or something happens to him or whatever. And Sammy can fall ass backwards into the title or something like that. It could be fun. I don't know how. They have a million different possibilities. We got a tug of war here with Aubrey and Anna Jay. But Ty Mello's got her own chair. Ruby just held it there for her to kick. JAS wins again, the dirty bastards. Yeah, Solo could definitely turn. He's definitely kind of feels like his own man there, you know?
I'm just trying to get a word in with the guns. Guys, why are you leaving during Dynamite?
Oh, leaving during Dynamite.
Why are you leaving during Dynamite? Sasha did that and she got fired.
Mode because we're the best tag team in the world now. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Let's go.
But you guys were just coming off a massive win over FTR.
Yes, we are.
You know what? I think the Ass Boys are letting down the AEW universe by leaving before Dynamite. They're letting the AEW Galaxy down.
Have fun.
That girl right there, that might be Big Bill's fiance. I think it is. Still not 100% sure, but I think it is. There it is, Jericho and Ricky Starks next week, not on the 11th. It's going to be next week in Washington. They've already got the new graphics up there for Dynamite next week. I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Is the first Dynamite
Look at Ricky.
2023, where you're going to be taking on arguably the toughest competitor of your career so far in Chris Jericho. How are you feeling about that match?
Well, Renee, I'm feeling a lot better than my good pal Ashton Andretti, who was the victim of a fireball last week due to JAS. I mean, what do you expect from a group like that? So I'm going to do for him what he can't do for himself, and that's get a little revenge in Seattle next week. Chris, I want you to understand something, my man. I appreciate the compliment. Yes, I'm a star, obviously, but I'm a star that you cannot control. And that right there is something that you don't like. You don't like the fact that I think for myself. You are not putting it in to any Starks experiment around here, okay? Because there is no experiment to be had. But what I can tell you is January 4th, there's going to be a masterclass.
Masterclass.
Ricky Starks whoops Chris Jericho's ass. The legend himself. Well, legend to legend.
Chris Maycock, good to see you. Yep, Tito is fast asleep right under my feet right now.
Because I am absolute Ricky Starks.
Yeah, JJ Leg, I hear you, man.
Jericho down several notches.
We're disappointed with the actions of the Ass Boys that let millions of fans down around the world. We do not condone their actions. As such, they've been stripped of their AEW. Wait a minute.
This is our chance. Keep her alive. Save her, you can save her.
No one's going to find us.
I think Dax's pod has happened, Dave. I think the first one has happened. I think he's recorded that CM Punk episode, didn't he? I've not heard any of it, but I've seen a few quotes.
Ready for the check?
I got this one.
This usually disappears when the check comes. I get cash back with every purchase. Discover's got first-year cash back match? We got ourselves a
Action and Ready, Jericho's latest victim. If there's one thing Jericho hasn't been doing, it's been beating and burying everybody. If anything, Jericho's going to be his victim. He's already been his victim once. But you can say what you want about Jericho. I'm not the biggest fan of his, especially after what I've learned about him in the last couple of years. But one thing I'm never going to accuse him of right now is hogging the spotlight and taking away from talent. He's trying to elevate this talent by using his name, by working with them. That's what he's doing, period. He's not doing it any other way. Fans think if a veteran is on TV winning a match that he's burying people and shit. I'm like, not always. It's not how it works. Jericho's given the rub to a lot of guys since he's been there and gone out of his way to work with the Orange Cassidys and the Sammy Guevaras and the Darby Allins and guys like that. He's worked with a lot of younger talent.
The Sleep Number 360 smart bed. It's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable all night. Our smart sleepers get 28 minutes more restful sleep per night. The Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $8.99. Save $200.
Alexa Bliss just tweeted that she plans to star in a movie in the coming year. Well, good for Alexa. What movie? The Marine 12? The Marine 12, The Revenge.
10 out of 10 for taste, 100 for crunch.
I don't really think Alexa has the acting chops, to be honest with you, based on what I've seen from her on TV and her promos. I mean, you can take some acting classes if you want, but I don't think she's going to be the next Meryl Streep.
Retinol 24 for smoothness and vitamin C for brightness. I like to use them all. Olay, face, anything.
Dave, I get it, Dave. I guess you're just annoyed with Chris Jericho being who he is. That's who Chris Jericho is. You don't like him. That's kind of good. You know, I kind of like, I hope so. He's a fucking heel. But in terms of him, like, I think fans, like, they try to justify, like, if they decide they don't like somebody, they have to somehow make it right in their head, you know? And, like, that's how a lot of fans justify it. I've done the same thing. And if you don't dislike somebody, you got to make up reasons why you don't like them. Otherwise, you just seem like a mark, you know? So that's where, oh, he buries talent and things like that are going to come from. That way it gives you a reason to legitimately hate him. But a lot of times that reason is bullshit. And you see that a lot. Saw that with John Cena too. Fans just didn't like him. But they couldn't accept the fact that they just personally didn't like him. They had to make up the reasons. He doesn't put anybody over. And stuff like that. I'm like, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying you, Dave. I'm saying back then. But I kind of get that mentality. I know what that's like. But there's plenty of other things to dislike Jericho about. How he handles himself professionally is not one of them. I think he's a great asset to AEW. And I think when his in-ring career inevitably ends, I think he is somebody who could be backstage in like a Triple H role to Tony's Vince, you know? And perhaps have bigger roles behind the scenes and be a top executive in the company, just like Triple H was in WWE. There'd be nothing wrong with that. I think as wrestling fans, we should hope that wrestling people have as much influence on the production and creative aspect of wrestling as possible. Because the less of those people you see and the more of TV people you see, that's when you can get WWE from 2011, you know? Are we going to... Nope. So it's going to be a Wardlow one-legged match thing. So you guys vote in the chat here. Wardlow is obviously probably going to hobble out here and defend, or challenge for the title. Unless there's a mystery I mean, if they're going to put a new guy in the ring with Joe, then I'm all for this big surprise to close it. Here comes Wardlow. Okay, this is what I thought it was going to happen. Wardlow's going to come out. He's going to insist on wrestling. So this means one of two things. Wardlow is either going to have this match. They're either doing this injury angle to give a way to keep the title on Joe while keeping Wardlow strong, or it's a way to put Wardlow over even more, have him beat a beast, a badass like Samoa Joe with one leg. So they're either using this to put Wardlow over harder or to give them excuse to beat him. So which one do you think it is? I kind of hope it's to put him over more. I don't know how it's going to go. I kind of feel like Samoa Joe's going to retain, but I would like to see Wardlow battle through this and beat Joe anyway, despite the backstage beating. If I'm Tony Khan, that's how I'm booking Wardlow. He got over so strong, and then he stalled because of the Ward-Joe pairing. So to have Wardlow be able to overcome this evil heel who's attacked him before the match, damaged one of his wheels, and he's still badass enough to beat Samoa Joe, a guy with, a fucking impressive resume, and he's no joke. What a way to kind of maybe reestablish Wardlow. Hey, we're going to put the TNT title on him again, and now we're going to do it for real. I also kind of think it would be cool to see Wardlow win the title in the main event of a Dynamite to close out the year. My money is kind of more and more on Wardlow the more and more I talk about it out loud. You got to think about that too. This is the final Dynamite of the year. What's going to be your final image of 2022? What's going to be the final image of this Dynamite and this look? This is the last night we see the Dynamite as we know it and as we've known for the last 3 years. So what do you want that lasting image to be? Samoa Joe retaining the title in a shady way, or Wardlow winning the title, battling back from a huge deficit with an injured leg. He celebrates, confetti comes down, and we sign off Dynamite not only for the year, but as the current look and setting that we know. I think it's got to be Wardlow. Right? Snorlo. I just made it up. You can use it. I like Wardlow. He doesn't put me to sleep. I'll be right back. We are pitcher and pitcher. Looks like the doctors are checking on Wardy.
At Booking.com, finding perfect isn't all that difficult. Beachfront property, no problem. Kitchen, how are you guys? Got it. And EV charging. Find your perfect place to stay. Booking.com, yeah. Are you sweating? Did you want my price break? Of course I did. But why to me?
Sorry.
Energizer
I think it's got to be that way.
Black Adam is the kind of role and kind of movie that's critically important to me. Justice Society.
Yeah, JJ, that's possible. I'm trying to think if I would like that or not. AEW doing different colored ropes. WCW would do like blue and yellow ones, which I didn't really like. I remember as a kid thinking they were just too cheap to afford all the same color ropes. So they just used what they had laying around. But WWE had red, white, and blue for a lot of years. I'm not sure. I really do like the rings. I don't think the rings need to change. I think what they're doing is a cosmetic difference to the TV production set. I don't think we're going to see a change in the rings, but I could be wrong. I think this is going to be more of how the set looks, although I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, about the red and blue. WWE does not have a trademark on that. It's just we see a lot of red and blue already with Raw and SmackDown, and I don't know if I want to see it on AEW or not, but apparently they've spent a lot of time and money on this new set. One of the guys, some executive there, was quoted by saying it's like 8 months of work come to fruition and stuff. So they've been working on it for a while. That makes me happy that they've actually put some time and energy into this and given it some thought. So whatever they come up with, I'm sure has been well thought out, or at least I would hope. So I'm not going to let the colors turn me off, because it does sound like they did put thought into this. And that's all I care about from WWE or AEW, is for them just to put thought into what they do. Because when you do that, and when you think, sometimes it usually turns out pretty good. It's that writing shows 2 hours before you go live shit and tearing up scripts that can kind of trip you up when it comes to booking. So I'm glad that madness, at least right now, is currently not in wrestling in any company, and that's kind of nice. Tony Khan might go senile one day and start doing the same shit Vince did, start losing his mind every 5 minutes about everything. But until that happens, let's enjoy not having a completely psycho owner. Mike Mansory might have been the guy no, it wasn't him that might have had that quote. Yeah, we talked about Mike on the podcast on Friday. Big hire by AEW. What if the new DJ solo? That's what I'm worried about, if they just do a big giant screen. That's why that's why the fan in me is going to trust that if AEW really has put several months of thought into this and how to compose their new set, I'm going to trust that they haven't phoned it in and try to do some copycat of WWE. You're going to have a big screen up there. I'm fine with that. I don't give a shit about a big screen, but just don't make it look so generic. Go Wardlow with the swanton. I'm telling you, I think Wardlow's going to win. Wash your hands. Have you seen that creepy like Sesame Street hand washing commercial? It comes on here all the time because sometimes on the TV we just put it on mute and just like play ridiculousness or something, and that commercial is always on. Creeps me out. I'm scared of it. That was a terrible looking German. I worry that Wardlow squashed himself. I've always laughed at Joe's gear because his gear reminds me of Umbros. Remember Umbro? Did they still even make Umbros? They were really like soft kind of short workout pants back in the 90s. I had a pair. Umbros. Wow. Nice camera angle. What's Jeff Cardigan? Is that the whisper in the wind? Fucking a guy 300 pounds taking influence from Jeff Hardy is hilarious to me. He's so athletic. I mean, he's very athletic, Wardlow. Look at that. What was he weigh? What is he? 270? I mean, he's probably just 10 or 20 pounds lighter than me. He's a pretty big boy. I'm about 310. Yeah. Crack open that Corona. I got a Stella. Heyman and lead writer in AEW, uncuffed. I don't know. It could be both good and bad at the same time. Heyman is a guy, though, I can see him remaining under the WWE umbrella until the end. I mean, he spent a lot of time and has had quite a relationship with that company and multiple McMahons. Oh, my God. I mean, he's had a relationship with 3 generations of McMahons, and that's crazy. Oh, God. Big power bomb. We're coming 5 minutes left, less than 5 minutes left in the show here. Come on, Wardlow. I'm glad I feel like this is going to be, unless we get some crazy interference here. You got to remember of this setting. We're the final Dynamite of the year. If this is just a random Dynamite, then maybe some interference and maybe Joe wins. But if I'm Tony Khan, I'm finishing the year with a memorable moment. Crowning a wrestler, making a wrestler champion who's already over. No. No. He's got the Samoa Joe lock on him. Don't die, Wardlow. I think you should win, man. Hulk up. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, I was like, when they did that injury angle, that's either to make Wardlow look really strong or to give them a reason to beat him. And it turned out to be the latter. Oh, well. Hey, we got 4 minutes left in the show. Can we do something? Is there time to do anything? We got 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Do we have time? Look at Wardlow taking. So he put Wardlow to sleep. I feel like this could still be setting up another match between the two of them where Wardlow wins. What did Joe? You're gonna try to like show respect him now after you attacked him backstage and shit? Oh, I was about to say he took him out again. What an asshole! What an asshole! I'm so glad asshole Samoa Joe is here. He's the best. Wendy. Oh no. Who's gonna save Wardlow? Good time for a debut? Maybe not. Oh, yeah, because you need tools under the ring. Duct tape, you have to have that. Yeah, and one of those, because you have to have that. Ratchet straps, because how else are you going to strap stuff? Oh, yeah, scissors, because sometimes you just got to cut. Like, arts and crafts is common in the middle of wrestling matches, so you want to have a good pair of scissors. Kind of like these. These are good for that. You want these under the ring at all times. Nothing bad will happen if you put them there. It's not like it's a big deal. Look at that Samoa Joe sign in the audience. That's crazy. Oh, you bastard. He's going to cut his hair. He's going to cut his hair. Oh, no. You motherfucker. So Wardlow's going to be... He cut the man bun off. I remember when Eminem didn't like Machine Gun Kelly, and he goes, how you going to name yourself after a damn gun and have a man bun? I just thought that was funny. Darby? Darby's going to come after this TNT, or is he just going to come save Wardlow? Where is Darby? He's behind. Takes out Joe. Like, suspend all your disbelief and assume wrestling is real. How did Darby get his music to play? He came from the back. Well, maybe he texted the production guy, play my music? Is that how it works? Oh, and Darby's holding that TNT title. So that could be the next step in the storyline here. One thing they could be teasing here is now you do a match between Darby and Samoa Joe, and Wardlow costs Samoa Joe the title. Revenge. Keeps the belt off of Wardlow if they don't want to put the belt off of him, put the belt back on him and make him unstoppable again. You can put it back on Darby with a little help from Wardlow. Ultimate revenge. You took my man bun, I take your title. I could see that happening. So, yeah, that's a wrap on Dynamite tonight. That was fun. Pretty good episode. Yeah, they could have just left it with heel Joe. That would have been fine, too. But I think they're also planting the seed for now a future TNT title match, which will either happen next week or they could be saving that for that January 11th show that I'm going to be at. That's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. They certainly are planting the seeds for a lot of good stuff in the next couple of weeks there. So, good shit. That was a fun show. I enjoyed all of that tonight. Last week's show was good as well. And next week, we're going to get a look at that new Dynamite set. I got to make sure I'm here next week. Next week is up in the air, but I'm going to try to make sure I'm here because I want to see what that new set looks like next week. Because, of course, the week after that, I'm going to be heading to LA, and I will be at that Forum show for Dynamite. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks so much, guys, for being here. Dave, Yachiro, Mike, the Juliet, JJ Leg, that deal, everybody else that's been hanging out tonight. Thank you again for everything. K-Dog's Kennel, especially you, and everyone else. Thank you, as always, for hanging out on a really fun Dynamite Wednesday. The next time we will be here will be, I guess Saturday for the podcast. Yeah. We'll be here. I know it's New Year's Eve. I know it's weird, but I will be here in the afternoon. I got a big night at work that night, obviously, but yeah, we'll be here for the podcast on New Year's Eve. We'll do one podcast to close out the new year, and that will be the next time you see me, aside from a mic drop or a short or something like that hitting the channel. And if you guys are interested, and if you like baseball cards, a couple of days ago, I uploaded a video of my baseball card collection. Just thought it would be fun. Non-wrestling topic for the holidays. There's no views on this thing. Nobody gave a shit, but it is up there, and it's interesting. If you have any knowledge of 80s and 90s baseball cards, it's there. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. And thanks again for another fun one. Thanks for watching Wrestling with me on this fun Wednesday, and I'll be sure to keep you guys updated next time. We've got fun stuff happening. You guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks for being here, and I will